Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. One local pastor is working to buck the trend in the increasing divorce rate. And we will hear from the Reverend Sabrina Ellis of the Pentecostal Church of Christ here in Cleveland. She's hosting the Battle for the Family Conference between February 22nd and February the 25th. It's to help rescue those at risk for divorce. Then we will hear from board members of the Autism Family Foundation, Barb Hudak and Dr. Philip Martucci. Later in the broadcast, Paramjit Singh will share information about making Cleveland the Peace City. Good morning again. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb, and so we begin. Beginning right now with the Reverend Sabrina Ellis, who's pastor of the Pentecostal Church of Christ, located here in Cleveland. Good to see you, Pastor.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well.
Good to see you. Things are well at the Pentecostal Church there?
Yes, they are.
You and Bishop J. Delano Ellis, who's the bishop at the church there?
Yes, working hard. Working hard.
Your husband, I should add.
My husband, indeed.
Good to see you. Tell me about what you planned, the Battle for the Family Conference. What is that about?
Battle for the Family Conference is a conference that has been developed to present seminars, a series of seminars actually, that would address the issues of marriage and family. The purpose is to provide solution-focused types of tools or remedies for how to make marriage work.
Are there a lot of marriages at risk right now?
Oh, absolutely. We keep hearing the figure, the statistics about half of the people that married will not stay married, and that's unfortunate. And unless the trend changes, we'll continue to see families breaking up.
Now, you're going to hold this conference at the church itself?
It will be held at Pentecostal Church of Christ at 105th and Chester Avenue.
In Cleveland. Who can attend?
Any and everybody. Every family that thinks they might be at risk, or maybe they're not at risk and they just want some tools to keep it lasting and lengthen the life of that marriage or that relationship. Singles, youth, everybody is welcome.
You and Bishop J. Delano Ellis have been married now for
29 years.
So you've got some years under your belt.
Absolutely.
You can use some experiences there.
Absolutely.
And you're trying to get folks to understand the importance of making marriages work.
Absolutely. And extending that relationship, making it successful, and keeping the commitment.
Well, tell me about some of the sessions that you plan there.
Well, there will be sessions, of course, for the married. There'll be a plenary session in the beginning for everybody together to just deal with the issues of the family. And they range from, who thinks they should have certain privacy rights, or to technology today, Facebook, MySpace, and all of those things that impact family. Then there will be separate sessions for couples, offering tools for that, maintaining the relationship. Singles, everything is really based on relationships.
All
relationships and communication.
You're going to talk about the children too, because they are vital.
Can't leave them out. Can't leave them out.
This is going to be on Tuesday through Friday, February 22nd through the 25th. Tuesday through Friday. What time of the day do you start?
7 p.m. nightly.
Every night?
Every night. Every night.
Now, what must people do to get in line to get in the door?
Show up.
Just show up.
Just show up. There's no cost. There's no registration fee. This is important to us. Family is one of the values of Pentecostal Church of Christ. It's a core value, and we knew that in order to live out what we say is important to us, we had to do something that impacted the community and not just our church. And so, therefore, we wanted to make it available to everybody. If you hear the announcement, you're welcome to come.
That church is located at East 105th Street and Chester Avenue on the east side of Cleveland. It is the largest building at that intersection. You can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
East 105th Street and Chester, ample parking. It's a wonderful place. I've been in there many times interviewing your husband, Bishop J. Delano Ellis. What do you want, Reverend Sabrina Ellis, what do you want people to take away with once they attend this conference?
I want them to walk away with a new outlook, more insight on relationships, of course, but a different outlook, and not to be hopeless about their relationships, their marriages, because it can work. My husband and I have been through the storm and through the rain. It has not always been peaches and cream, but it was a commitment.
What is it that picks at marriages, that challenges marriages today in the 21st century?
I think the bottom line is the lack of communication. I know that many statistics indicate that finances is at the top of the list, and that may be true, but here again, if you can communicate, you can work through all of that. I think understanding, taking the time to understand one another, and then allow individuals to be individuals. Because I'm married to Bishop Ellis, I do not become Bishop Ellis.
Right.
So
you want couples to come to this, if couples can come.
Absolutely.
What if the wife says the husband won't come?
Well, we've already had a couple of those situations to come up. Members who are inviting guests, and the wife is willing and the husband is not.
Yeah.
But I think the seminars and the workshops were tailor-made so that if only one comes, that person will be able to take something away that will also help the marriage.
We wish you well with this. It's called the Battle for the Family Conference, Tuesday through Friday, the 22nd through the 25th of February, East 105th in Chester at the Pentecostal Church of Christ. Reverend Sabrina Ellis, she will be greatly involved. She's the pastor there, along with her husband, Bishop J. Delano Ellis.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm going to take a break, but I'll return. You may log on to Newsnet5.com each week to see what's coming up on Kaleidoscope. Up next, we'll hear about the Autism Family Foundation. Back in a moment. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. The Autism Family Foundation helps families who are coping with autism spectrum disorders. Board President Barb Hudak and Co-Program Director Dr. Philip Martucci are here to share more with us. Good to have you with us, Barb Hudak, President Autism and Family Foundation, and Dr. Philip Martucci, Co-Program Director of the Autism Family Foundation. Doc, let's start with you. What is autism?
Well, autism, it's a spectrum disorder, so there's all kinds of autism, from children that have high-functioning autism, adults that have autism. It's a form of a cognitive disability that affects, neurologically the brain, communication functioning, sensory issues, and it's getting a lot of prominence in the news in the last several years because we're finding many more ways to diagnose and treat children at an earlier stage.
When a child has autism, it has impact on the entire family.
It definitely does, because this child has communication issues, social issues, learning issues, and really a struggle begins early for a child.
Barb Hudak, what's the mission of the Autism Family Foundation?
It is to provide the services for the children and families affected by the autism spectrum disorder in our area. Support services, parent mentoring, socialization classes.
Give me a couple of ideas on the kinds of programs and services that you would provide.
As I mentioned before, the support services for the families, whatever they might need. The socialization classes for the children to come in and socialize with their peers and learn how to socialize and to play with the children instead of just next to the children.
Now, you're based in the Akron area?
Yes, we are.
For the most part. You and I were chatting before we began recording this show about Kids First School. What is Kids First?
Our center has two components. We have a school for children from pre-K to the 3rd grade. It's called Kids First. It's run by the Educational Service Center. And then we have a family side for the Family Center, and that's run by Akron Children's Hospital.
How does this come into your line of work, Doctor? Now, how does this help?
When children and families are beginning to struggle with the diagnosis and where to find help. First of all, the center, the Family Center, can offer many different services. We have workshops and classes. Outside agencies such as the Developmental Disability Board, United Disability Services, have a presence in our center, and they will run workshops for families, try to get them the services they can use. And we also have parent groups that meet there just to support each other, talk about how they've dealt with this.
That's vital, isn't it?
Yes.
People getting together, supporting each other.
It's crucial, and then to come together to find out that this is not a life sentence, that children can succeed with this disability, that they can be productive and have good lives, and that families can support them.
What are the symptoms of autism?
Early onset of autism, oftentimes, and you know, we've all seen the controversy that's raged for many years about the vaccination, and we've seen recently that that's dispelled. Many times, a child will begin to look like they're typically developing, and at 12, 14 months, all of a sudden things stop. And I think why the controversy existed about vaccinations is it was shortly after that happened, so of course a parent would think that something that was given to their child might cause it, but we're finding out that it's neurological, it's part of the brain, and the child will stop communicating, not have benchmarks in growth and development, and sometimes it takes a family a while to see that something's not right here. And
Barb, how did this impact your life? Autism and who had the autism?
It was my niece and my nephew, my sister and her husband's 2 children, and I saw the struggles that they went through. And a group of us came together and saw the need in our community for a facility where these children and families could come for services or whatever they needed, a safe haven, so to speak, as opposed to taking them to a hospital, which is very intimidating.
How can people get in touch with you now if they want to get more information about the Autism Family Foundation, become involved in it because autism strikes their family?
Exactly. Our website is autismfamilyfoundation.org, and our phone number is 330-926-3999. I'm sorry, 926-3939.
3939 926-3939 in the 330 area code in Akron. Dr. Philip Martucci, leave us with a thought on why the Autism Family Foundation is so vital to what we're talking about.
The reason for the need of this center is to support families, to help children, families, young adults, and adults who struggle with this spectrum disorder, and to continue to drive home the fact that they can be productive, that we can find avenues for success, and that oftentimes these persons that are affected by this have many other valuable gifts that can be brought out by working together with professionals, supporting families, and not creating avenues from the past where we would have to not allow them to be part of society, but make them a vital part of society.
And they can live full lives, and their families can find a togetherness.
And can be very productive in the society, and that's our goal, to mainstream them in the society.
We've kept the information on the screen, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching at the bottom of the screen, autismfamilyfoundation.org. If you want more information on this wonderful organization, please give them a call. And the Kids First School, where's that located?
Right there in our center, and it's 357 Commercial Drive.
3557 Commercial Drive, yes. Akron, Ohio. And 330-926-3939 is a phone number. Barb Hudak, thank you so much for being with us. Barb Hudak is president of the Autism Family Foundation, and Dr. Philip Martucci is co-program director of the Autism Family Foundation. Thank you for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You certainly have helped us and helped a lot of people out in the public as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I'll take a break. In a moment we'll return. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Back after this. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. One local resident is working to put Cleveland on the map as a peace city. Paramjit Singh is here to share more about his efforts. My good friend Paramjit, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Leon?
I'm doing fine. He's the founder of the Cleveland, the City of Peace and Nonviolence. What is that?
Well, the idea came to me after visiting the Southern Poverty Law Center. They have a wall of tolerance. It's a 20 by 40 foot electronic wall where people go and pledge to be more tolerant. And this year, to celebrate, or actually last year, to celebrate Gandhi's birthday, we decided to create a cyber wall with the help of clevelandpeople.com to pledge and make Cleveland a city of peace and nonviolence. So we are the only city in the world that has a Martin Luther King Drive on which stands the tallest Mahatma Gandhi statue. The two legends that changed the face of the earth by peaceful means.
Yeah, right there in University Circle.
Absolutely.
Martin Luther King Drive,
right.
and a Gandhi statue
right
there. I've seen that.
And the cultural gardens, when they were initiated, were dedicated to peace.
Certainly were.
So we are just looking for ways and means to get the attention of the world to Cleveland, when we can say we are a peace city, we are for nonviolence, and it's going to take some doing.
You and I have talked about this over the years.
Yes.
When we've met many times. If we talk about peace, we can achieve peace.
Absolutely.
It's pretty much what you have always told
Yes.
me. If we all talk about peace, we can get there.
Right. So this is kind of a way, because psychologically, when you put your name by going to clevelandpeople.com, on the left-hand side, you will see Nonviolence Pledge. Click on that, and you will see our opening ceremony at the India Community Center, where Reverend Marvin McMichael was our keynote speaker, encouraging people to sign this pledge, because it is nothing but something that everyone can be proud of.
clevelandpeople.com. If we
Right.
put that, maybe we can get that on the screen. If not, we'll certainly have on our newsnet5.com website, and we'll provide a link where you can get more information. There it is, clevelandpeople.com. You can get more information on everything we're talking about, by the way, at 965-3643.
We also submitted this to the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago. When they saw that, they designated Cleveland the 73rd peace city in the world.
Well, let's keep it going. We've got to keep it going. You brought something with you, and we're going to put that on the screen. You brought with you a puzzle
Yes,
that is
yes.
put together, and tell us. Well, we've got a shot of that now. Now, what does that say there? Now, that's the world.
Well, what it says is that in order for us to get the world together, the solution is for us to get the people together.
And when we flip that over, that's what we get. That's on the other side of that picture of the world.
And we've done some testing with kids putting this puzzle together, and invariably we find that they are able to put the people puzzle together before they can put the world together.
So if we get together as people, it's only 6 billion of us on
Right.
the planet.
Right.
It's only 6 billion, about 2.5 billion families.
Right.
We can get together.
Absolutely.
It's just us chickens here.
Right,
Anyway,
right.
just us on the globe.
And bringing back Martin Luther King, we need to have that dream to make it happen.
So you need people to go to clevelandpeople.com and sign that pledge.
Absolutely.
Just click on that pledge, and that puts there. And how many signatures are we looking for?
Well, I'd like to have 250,000 signatures by Mahatma Gandhi's birthday this year,
Yes.
so that we can tell the world that Cleveland is a peaceful city.
And it means that we are talking about nonviolence, finding peaceful solutions to all our problems.
Absolutely.
If everybody would lay down their guns, we'd be in way better
Right.
shape, I think. Huh?
I've come up with a slogan: guns don't decide who is right, guns decide who is left.
Yeah. I think that says a great deal. How long have you been on this now? You've been talking about this to me for years now. This has been a lifelong thing for you, hasn't it?
It has been. It has been. I think as a member of the Sikh faith, after 9/11, there have been over 300 incidents where people have shot us because of our turban and beard. None of the terrorists that attacked New York City wore turbans, but the connection is between Osama bin Laden and the Sikh. The Sikhs are the 5th largest religion in the world that are dedicated to peace and nonviolence and equality. The premise of Sikh matches the Constitution of the United States, of we the people.
We the people. Paramjit Singh is founder of Cleveland, the city of peace and nonviolence, and he suggests you go to the website clevelandpeople.com and sign that pledge.
I would really appreciate Clevelanders. Let's make it happen.
Wouldn't we all? Thank you, Paramjit.
Thank you.
Good to see you. In a moment, we'll hear from Santiago, Dorothea Santiago of the Urban League after this. One of our partners on the broadcast is the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, and Dorothea Santiago is with us. She's the Director of Employment Services for the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
Good morning, Leon, and how are you?
I'm okay, okay.
Good.
What are you thinking about today?
Things are going well at the Urban League. As you know, we're entering into our 93rd year of providing viable programs and services for the Greater Cleveland community, with more programs to come, so stay tuned. So we're very excited.
Stay tuned.
But briefly, I just want to talk about employment services and what we can offer to an applicant who is looking for work. During their initial visit, they'll receive a personalized assessment just so we can garner a better understanding of what their capabilities are, and also to assess any type of employment barrier that they may have that have prevented them in the past from being unsuccessful in their search. And then after that process, we refer them to the employers based on this information and also their qualifications. And the assessments are really twofold. They benefit the client and they benefit the employer, because the employer is receiving a pre-screened applicant who we have assessed their hard and soft skills, hard being their education and work experience, and also soft skills, their professionalism, attitude, etc. And then from there, we just kind of match them.
You kind of get them together. You got the employer over here, you got the person seeking employment over here. You've kind of put them through the assessment. You kind of know what they're good at, and you tell the employer over here, I got this person over here, and
exactly.
It works.
And I also wanted to also say that we have introduced a new component into our employment services. We're now doing the job readiness workshops. We've partnered with Cuyahoga Community College's Career Center, and they're presenting a number of workshops: ACE the interview, resumes that work, developing your job search. And these have been very beneficial, particularly to individuals who have just graduated and new into the market, and also for the more seasoned employee who has been working for so many years and been downsized, and now they just need a refresher course.
622-0999 is the number of the Urban League.
Right, so we can register you for one of the classes.
Good deal. That's going to do it. We got to go. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.